Howdy folks, welcome back to Street Rust. We noticed this is not the 70 F250 we've been working on. This is the 68 Newport. We got to get back on this. We got to get this thing ready for Power Tour. I want Power Tour to go so much smoother than last year. I love the challenge, but the wifey is going with me this year, and I don't need to be fighting this thing the whole way. So, well, I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the truck out here. Let's just take... Well, I got too many cars around here, that's for dang sure. So you guys saw in the previous couple of videos that we got this behemoth running, and I'm gonna take a little break on this. We're losing daylight today, it's a weeknight, so we're gonna take a little break on that. We've also got a flat tire on the mower. Gonna have to fix that. I didn't put a video out on that one. That engine shot. That truck is sold. I'm going to help a buddy put an engine in it. We'll put another engine. And then my son, Gabriel, if you saw my short I put out a day or two ago, he's working on this. We got a bunch of extra parts and the interior parts back here. We're going to have to wrap this up. He's waiting on a part for the engine. Got some electrical issues we got to resolve. So what's going on here? Let's get to the point. So went out and drove this last weekend for the first time since... You know, I test drove it around here, really didn't kick it in, right? But doggone, took it out Saturday, romped on it a little bit. When you kick in the four bells, you're expecting, you know, quite a bit of kick in. It ain't happening. So there's two things going on. Number one, here's your kick down. And you guys know that we did some adaptation here with the bracket here. This thing... Here's what I want to show you. We're going to take the throttle, right chair, and we are going to pull it all the way back. Gonna have to use my other hand here, folks. We're going to pull it all the way back, and we're going to put this on here. So it's there. Now it's all the way back. Okay, pretty much. You can see the kick down. There's still room. See how it's moving here? We got to do some tweaking there. Let me show you. I'll tell you what. Let me grab a light. I'm going to get up underneath here. This kick down. This 727 torque flight. And I want you to see exactly what I'm looking at. All right. So let's see if I can do this upside down for me. Here's your shifter. Here's your kick down right here. Right now, there's still room in here for that to come back quite a bit. You're only supposed to have a little bit of play when it's all the way back. So this kick down isn't working. And obviously pretty dang not good for the transmission not to have that kick down working. And you can also see if I push it all the way forward, I know I got a bungee cord on it. We're missing a lot of kick down there. All right. So that's issue number one. Let me get to issue number two. If I can get my slightly overweight body up off the floor. All right, here's the other issue. When I put this engine at top dead center, number one piston on the compression stroke, what the book, well, the book doesn't say, and this would be the book, the shop manual, it doesn't say that it should be perpendicular. This would be the front end of the rotor, this would be the back end. Let me just pop the cover. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's just pop this off. See if I can get down in here. Okay. We're going to disconnect all this anyway. Come on now. Work with me. Work with me. I got to get down in there and get that clip off. It's spring loaded. I'm probably going to need both hands, but let's see if we can do it. Get that. There we go. All right. All right. So when this is at top dead center, and it's not, we're going to get it at top dead center. The front of this rotor should be here, and the back of the rotor should be here, kind of perpendicular to the block. Okay. Now, doesn't really matter where it is when it's at top dead center, as long as you got, this is my This is my number 1 wire, as long as it's on number 1. The problem is my number 1 wire is over here, and when the rotor is at top dead center, it's off a notch. Of course, you can change all the spark plug wires 1. So I'm dealing with, is it the kick down, or is it just so crappy out of timing that it doesn't have any huevos, right? So can I say that on YouTube? I think I just did. I hope I didn't. Hope I didn't offend anybody, but it's the only way I know how to say it. So here's the other thing. So when we look at the ignition system, this is a 383 4-barrel carburetor automatic transmission. This is the 2-barrel up here. There's a lot of things going on here, but the timing should be 7.5 before top dead center. I can tell you this engine never ran good. It's even with the stock 2-barrel and the steel intake, it ran horrible. I had to run about 10 or 12. But that might have been because I was off one up here, okay? And I had to advance the timing to take care of it. Now down here, when you look at a 383 4-barrel automatic transmission, we're going to flip the page. This is the 4-barrel, like I said, automatic transmission. When we flip the page and go over here to the timing, what does it say? It says top dead center. It gives you 2 asterisks. 2 asterisks says set idle speed, see idle adjustment fuel system. So it's saying for the 383 with a 4-barrel automatic transmission, now granted the plugs are a little different, the plug gap is the same, it is telling us to have TDC at 0. That's amazing, isn't it? Then you look over here at the 440 with an automatic, it's the timing is at 7.5. And then over here with the 440 4-barrel, the high performance, it has the timing at 5 degrees. So just for fun, we're going to go ahead and get this to top dead center on the compression stroke. I'll go ahead and I've done that in other videos. I'll get that set up. I'll show you where the rotor is. We're going to pull the distributor out. I'm going to show you the secondary shaft down in there. I'll show you the end of the rotor. You only got 2 options on this Mopar rotor because it's a slot. It's not a gear, and I'll show you all that. You're either in time or you're 180 degrees out. But you can take that secondary shaft, lift it up and turn it and get that slot where you want it. Just to be comfortable, I'm going to go ahead and get the rotor pointing perpendicular to the block. So let me get this set up on the compression stroke number 1. I get the plug out, I get it where it needs to be, and then we'll come back and pull this distributor. All right, we are back. We have got the number 1. You can't really see it down here. We got the number 1 spark plug out. Hope you can see that. And I bumped the engine over with my little bumperooski, which I've disconnected. I had the coil wire off so the engine doesn't start. Let's see. Bumped it over till I got compression. Then I went down here and hand cranked it. And you can see, let's see, this is always a challenge here. Okay, hopefully you can see that I've got that. Let's get that light on there, right? That's just a pain in the butt right there. Anyway, I've got it at 0, okay? That line with the dot in it is 0 degrees, top dead center. So you can see, I went ahead and took all the wires off the cap. This cap is new, but I've broken it. And it's seen better days. We'll get a new cap here before we go on power tour. They're not overly expensive like everything else. Anyway, so you can see how the rotor is pointing this way. It should be running this way, which is perpendicular to the block. Once again, it doesn't have to be, because you can put the number 1 spark plug wire here. The problem is, I think we were off one. It was just, you could never time it in. It just ran like crap. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen. I've already loosened this 1/2 inch. This is just the hold down for the distributor, which is right here. We're going to take that away here. And I do have a new seal in here, okay? And you can see I've worked in here before. I've got marks. I need to get rid of those because they really don't apply anymore. So I'm going to have to kind of work this. There we go. That easy. All right, now you can see what I'm talking about here. This thing, the end of this distributor is slotted. It can only go one way. And let's get a shot down in here. See if I can get some light on the subject. Okay, you can see down there that there's a slot that goes into. It can only go one way. Okay, so the way it's set up right now, the way that slot is, the way the distributor's in there, it's either going to be like this or it's going to be a 180 out like that. Okay, and what I'm looking to do is have it like this. So if I have this like this, then that means that I've got to take this. I'm not going to move that, but I have got to take that pickup there, which looks nasty. You can see it's on the cam gear down there. Okay, I'm going to pick it up and I've got to turn it. Now let me get back to where I was. Let's get our math right there. This light is just kicking my behind. All right, so if I have the distributor in and I want it like that, that gear is canted a little clockwise. So what I need to do is pull up, well, do I have that right? Let's see, if this is in like this, okay, and I want this to run perpendicular, and you know what, I don't think I have this right. So, because that gear, there ain't no way it's fitting in there. Anyway, let me look at this real quick, make sure I'm 100% correct, so I'm not lying to you, and I'll be right back. Okay, got it figured out. We were on the right track. So, here's my little reference mark that was down here. This reference mark here that I had, and right here. That doesn't mean anything, but it gives me a good reference because it's kind of perpendicular to the block. So if I want that, if I want the rotor to be perpendicular, then the shaft has to be off at about, looks like about the 4:30 position. Okay, if you look down in there now, you can see that I've got that slot at the 4:35th position. Okay, now how do you do that? You go to Harbor Freight. I got these for Christmas from my middle son a couple years ago. A great Christmas gift. What you do, oh, gotta have some light down there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do everything here. We'll see if we can do it. Okay, what you're gonna do is just grab in there on that, and you're gonna kind of wiggle it and lift it up. It's gonna turn because that gear is going down in there and setting against the cam gear, which you can see it a little better, like right there. Okay, all right, very good. So that's it. So what we have, remember, on these, they're slotted. It's not like a GM distributor where it's geared in there. It's got to fit in. It can only be in that slot one way or a second way out 180 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this down in here. Okay. And you can feel it going into the slot, and then I need to get it all the way set down in there. There it goes. Okay, and then now my rotor is 180 degrees, where it's recommended that it's correction. It's not 180. It's whatever you call it, 90 degrees perpendicular to the engine block. And that's exactly where I want. That's a good reference point. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get the cap back on, get this tightened down. I'm going to get all the plug wires back on. Then we're going to come in and I'm going to leave it at 0 degrees top dead center. See if this thing will start and see how it sounds, how it looks. We're going to do it just for fun. I don't know if I'm going to run this thing at 0 degrees, but that's what the book saw. Y'all saw it. Hey, here's another thing too. I want to show you, in case you decide you ever have to buy another one of these oil pump. It's called an oil pump drive shaft with steel gear, This is the one from Jegs, $200 easy. More than that with shipping and handling. So not a cheap piece of equipment to be messing up. So, but I think we're in pretty good shape right here. I'm gonna take a couple minutes, get everything back together, and we're gonna go ahead and do the normal tune. I'll probably put the timing light on it, see where we're at. I'll put the vacuum gauge on the carb, see where we're at, just kind of see where we're at. So I'm not gonna start it until I'm back with you. We are back. I've got everything put back together. The distributor is still loose, but I've got it lined up. I got the timing light hooked up. It's the advance is set to 0 on that. I've got the #1 spark plug back in. I did reroute this fuel line. For those of you that are watching the videos a little closer than others, I've got to get a whole shielded line on there. We got a lot of things we got to do. Matter of fact, we're going to put electronic ignition in this hopefully before a hot rod power tour. That's the plan. We'll see how the checkbook treats us. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. May take a second to start it because I disconnected the fuel line when I rerouted that. So let's just crank it. I'm gonna put you on the stand and we're just gonna see what it looks like and what it sounds like. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna crank it up. Let's see what we got. Alright folks, remember this thing is set at 0 degrees and we're going to verify that in a second. First, it's idling a little low. I'm going to press this idle just a little bit. It's got to warm up. It's just lobbing all over the place right now. Let's let it warm up. Let's go ahead and check this timing. That just is running like crap. You know what? That setting is not at 0. I bet you guys can't even see that down there from this angle. It's way advanced. That's the wrong way. Okay, let's see what that is. That's even the other way. Good Lord. If I put this at 0, the thing won't even run. Okay, that's at about 0. I know you guys can't see that down there. Let me put you back on the stand for a second. I mean, that's just running like hog snot. Okay, put you back on the stand. Let me get a light. Like that, what's burning there? That must be oil. Must have a leak in the valve cover there. That's not a plug wire, that's good. That's just oil. Woo, that ain't gonna work, folks. So right now, I'm struggling here, folks, so this is real life. You know, that's on right at 0. It don't like that at all. Let's, just for fun, look at here, we got some oil or something burning off. Oh, I bet that's that PB blaster I put on that bolt to tighten it up. All right, just for fun, let's turn out. That thing is just lobbing all over the place. That can't be right. Let me bring it back a little bit. See, that's what I would expect for that to smooth out. Right, now let's see what RPM we're running at. It's probably pushing up around 1,000 or so. And it is. It's about 900. All right. So, yep. Gotta check the brake fluid too. Anyway, let's see where that put it. Woo! I mean, that's way down there. That is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I know y'all can't see it, which is unfortunate. Let me get this out of the way before I get a coffee fan. Let's see. That thing is running. Good Lord, it's up doggone way over. Way over. See, that's even more down. Let's see what that is. Yep. Woo! I don't know if y'all can see that down there. That white line is off the scale. Alright, so let's back it back in. Let's see if we can get it around 10. That should be. I hope y'all are seeing this. Let me get my light on it. So that line there is 10. So we're setting at about 10, or actually about 7.5. Let's give it just a little. Okay, just a little right there. All right. That's sitting on right on 10. Okay. Now, sitting on 10, I want to bump that idle up just a little bit. Let's make sure I didn't bump the indicator back here. Woo! I did. Look at there. I hate this thing. All right, now it's on 0. Let's see where we're at. Well, I'm just making them. It's still sitting right there on 10. If I back it up even further to about 7.5, well, I think just lobbing, they don't like that. But let's see where we're at. That's probably about 5. That's too much. Let's come back over here. Okay, right there. We're 9-ish. I wonder though, the way we've got the carb set. Let's take a look here. Let's take her all the way in so she stumbles. See, that's all the way in, folks. Let me get a smile. Okay, now. Okay. All the way in. Let's take it out. Half a turn. Full turn. 1.5. 2. Take this one all the way in. Half a turn, full turn, 1.5. It just doesn't seem as smooth as it needs to be. Let's put a vacuum on it, see what we got here. Throw the vacuum on it. Now it's trying to make noises. Alright. Oh, folks, you know what I didn't do? Woo! Man, I hope you guys aren't judging me right now because I'm just messing everything up. You know what we didn't do? We didn't disconnect the vacuum advance. So we got to go over here and get our little vacuum advance plugger upper. I know I got one in here. There you go. We didn't plug the vacuum advance, so I don't know where we're at right now. Woo! Alright, let's pull this off. Let's plug the vacuum advance. Alright. Now, let's see where we're at. We're still on 0 there. Yeah, we're way up. Let's bring her down. Oh, that's up. Okay. You know what? That's setting around 0. If I take that, this ain't no way that's gonna run right that way. Let's bump it up to where it sounds good, like right about there. We're setting, actually that's about 5 degrees. Let's see how she likes it there. I'm gonna go up just a hair. That right there is gonna put us probably up around the OEM for the 2 barrel. Actually, that's way over 10. Let's go back. Okay. That's down around 5. All right. That's probably setting around 7.5. Now let's check, let's see where we're at here. See if we can make it stumble. Half a turn, full turn. No, it ain't gonna stumble, folks. Look at there. I'm gonna have to get the RPM up. 2 turns, down 2 turns. Let's get the RPM up. Woo, what does that sound? I don't like that. Making me nervous. This happened once before. I got a doggone get this thing out. Oh, it's the vacuum making that sound. Here. Alright, let's get that back on. Okay, there's our vacuum advance. That picked it up a little bit. Now, let's see if we can. Still ain't making a difference, folks. Same thing. We're going to throw the vacuum on here in a second. We're about 1100. I'm going to pop that back just a hair. I'm struggling here, folks. Put your comments down below. There we go. It's not running super smooth, but it's running. Let's see. Okay. Alright, tell you what, I'm going to set you up over here for a minute. I'm going to get the vacuum, put this vacuum on it. There she settled down. Can y'all see that vacuum? Yeah, let me get you in here. See, that's not near where we want it right there. Let's watch what this does. I'm gonna give it a little more. See, I'm a little more comfortable right there. Right there. That's probably 17 pounds. Notice it says late timing, right? It says late timing right here. When I advance it, it's better, but tell you what, let me plug up this back in advance again. Lost my little thing there. Come on. Alright. I was having a rough night, folks. It's been one of those nights. Anyway, let me go ahead and leave that vacuum on there for now. Let's replug this. Need to pump this idle down. Now let's see where our time is at. Not where it needs to be. Okay, that's about 10. And we're late timing. What we got here? That's 0. Okay, that's about 15. We're still late. But let me make sure we're not 13 here. Check our temp. I don't have my fan turned on right now. All right, folks. I let the temp get up. I had taken the fan off. We're boiling. Oh, you guys are just gonna eat me alive. We're boiling over the overflow right now. Doggone it. All right, let me let this thing cool down. I'm gonna get the fan turned on, and I'm making a stinking disaster here. We'll get back on it. Thanks for your patience. Alrighty, folks. Pretty obvious I'm wearing different clothes. It's not the same night. A couple seconds later for you, it's gosh, that was Thursday night. This is Sunday afternoon, Easter. So happy Easter to everyone. The situation just went from bad to worse. So the last you saw, it had overheated. I got that all cleaned up, got the engine cooled down, got everything buttoned up. And hey, the ignition system is spot on. Even if it was off a little bit, I shouldn't get that bogging down when I kick in the 4 barrels. That carburetor is Edelbrock's one of the easiest carburetors to tune. I mean, it can't be the tuning aspect of the carburetor. So anyway, I got it all together. My wife and I, she wanted to come help me. I look forward to seeing her in future videos. She's coming around to being involved. But we got out on the road, and I don't know if you guys watch Hot Rod Power Tour. The door on the front driver's door sticks sometimes. When you push in the button, you got to kind of pop it to make it pop back out. So we get out here at the end of our road, get on the hardball. It's night. She's videoing. I whip out on the highway, and her door comes flying open because it wasn't shut all the way. You know, thank the Lord that she had her seatbelt on. So I'm grabbing her, and holy cannoli, and good night. And so we romped it on down the highway. I kicked it in. Same thing. Once you romp it, kicking the 4 bells, it just dies. So we're gonna wrap this video up for now because I want to get a video out to y'all. Talk to my mechanic buddy, a retired mechanic at church this morning, and he is confident that the issue is with the fuel supply and carburetor. So next video, we're going to look into the carburation and see if we can get this resolved. I would greatly appreciate any comments that you can put down below. If you've seen this, if you've dealt with it before. Basically, it starts out fine. It got good low end torque power. It'll shift up through, you know, in first, second gear. But as soon as I romp it to the forward, kick in those four belts, it just, you know, it just bogs down. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please share. As always, it's free to you, and it blesses me abundantly. We're at about 422 subscribers, so we're about the halfway mark of 1,000, and we are never going to give up. We're going to get there. So be blessed, and we'll see you next time.